Faceless Void, but you know, if he has a fantastic start in the laning phase, perhaps, and they're just able to pop off, maybe they could just run away with this one. Because you know, like I was saying earlier on, they've had two fantastic laning phases in a row playing up against Heroic. They've just kind of flopped after that. So we'll see if they can keep that trend going and improve on it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about their lanes right now, and overall, I do like them. Mars, he might struggle a little bit bottom just because like Monkey King can put a lot of pressure in with like early levels of Jingu and Boundless. It is going to be Stinger on the 5-position Batrider, which is what I expected. I think Lion would not help a lot in terms of either keeping Monkey King alive or finding kills into the Mars. So I think having a hero like the Batrider there who can do a lot of damage and soak a lot of damage is pretty important. Little fun fact, I think the highest base health hero in all of Dota is Batrider. So this guy, he's going to come to lane with literally nothing but regen and a couple sticks and has 830 health. So, you know, pretty cool.
And that's with one of his iron branches in the backpack as well. So get even more if that swaps out for the smoke or something. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Nice little thing to know. Especially when you compare it to the Lion, who has a circlet and 2 iron branches and only has 650. Like that really does paint a picture.
Yeah, I mean, look at Magnus and Tiny. Like Tiny has more stats and has like more bonus stats and is sitting at like 16 more health, right? Like Batrider, the reason I think he's really stronger now as a support is because he doesn't need a lot to get a lot done, and I think that is always going to be a really powerful like attribute for supports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the less resources you have to put onto them and enable them, the much better they're actually, you know, or more efficient they're actually going to be in the later parts of the game, especially in the early ones as well. So, yeah, it's great. We'll see how it does pan out. Obviously, Ball's using the power of the Nature's Prophet to get down an immediate deep ward there, which should go uncountered at all. And Devil as well. Actually spots out a couple of heroes, but he's not going to get caught. While the rest of Mad Kings, I guess they were hoping somebody was going to stumble nearby this high ground and they could go for a free kill. Just not going to happen. No one from Bulls is nearby at all. Making sure they get the blocks as well. Doesn't look like we're going to see a fight for either of the bounties. Should just be a standard 2-for-2 split. Unless, of course, the old Mag wants to try something crazy. I really don't think he should. I'm sure he'll just let him go once he sees more than one hero here. Yeah, playing it safe.
Yeah, I think they're like, I don't think either team really wants to force a 5v5 or like a big rune fight. I will say this bottom rune should favor Bulls a little bit just because of the Keeper of the Light, but Stinger gets the pushback with the Flame Break. So again, not wanting to like try and force the fight, they managed to get away.
Yeah, will be 2 going to each side there. Unfortunately, Stingers as well, not going to get caught out. I guess Gardic, yeah, he'd already taken teleportation. If he had Sprouts, that could have been a potential to get a free kill, but obviously the fates did not align. Unfortunate enough for Sting, he will not get caught out from that one. I thought maybe the Natures might have hung around for a little bit as well to just apply a bit of pressure with 3 heroes, but doesn't want to make sure that the Faceless Void is on his own for too long, because otherwise he'd definitely have a hard time against these 2.
Yeah, getting like Shockwave spammed and like Earth Spike spammed is really annoying. Like he's gonna try his best here to time walk off what damage he can, right? Like just like that, but then just immediately eats an Earth Spike. Yeah. So yeah, it's not gonna be fun for sure. As Michael will definitely go, you know, 1 point Earth Spike, probably 2 points mana drain immediately. Just to try and make sure that this Faceless Void doesn't have the ability to time walk off any of the damage. They want to make sure it sticks. And yeah, we'll see how that manages to go.
Yeah,
mid lane, Tiny has 5 denies, pretty much as expected.
Tiny gaming, man. That's pretty standard stuff. Uphill miss from Lumpy means Alone gets another one on top of that. But yeah, man, this is not a great start. Obviously, you know, the real power spike from Cole's generally when he hits his level 3, 2 points into Illuminate, and then maybe this lane will start shifting a little bit as he does use an Illuminate to not even get 1 CS there. That looks pretty awkward. Ouch. Yeah, 10 and 6 to 2 and 0, or 3 and 0 now. That's not great. But as I was saying, that will shift quite quickly. Oh, meanwhile, actually, first use of teleport going down bot lane, trying to find a kill onto Stinger, but the Batrider will survive. Jim Park, though, you've got to be careful he doesn't step forward too much, but with those Jingu stacks online, he's going to feel safe enough. And that's the first rotation here from the Nature's Prophet, not netting a single thing. And now he's kind of stuck down here. 40 seconds with no teleport, no TP scroll over. He has to take the long walk to the Twin Gate. It's a lot of wasted time.
Yeah, I mean, he also jumps in and immediately drops the Blood Grenade too, which well, Parker's taking a pretty big beating. But yeah, I mean, that rotation is super costly. One of the things Nature's Prophet needs to accomplish on this hero is these early rotations have to be successful. But yeah, into the Batrider, he just walks right through it with the Firefly, and that Sprout damage doesn't really add up. So yeah. Good attempt, but with it not paying off, I think that's a huge win for Mad Kings overall.
Yeah, 100%. So obviously that was more time where Paik was on his own, which luckily enough the Faceless Void isn't really suffering too badly in terms of CS. He still has 10, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things isn't actually that bad considering up against the Magnus and Lion both. So he's doing a good job, best he possibly can do at the very least. And we'll see if maybe they're able to start trying to apply a bit of pressure themselves here in this lane or not. As the constant earthquake spam continues there from Michael. Oh, actually, drops the Sprout. He cuts the wrong tree, so he's actually stuck in here right now. Has to go for the Hex to run away. And guard it. Not going to complete the teleportation there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's so funny watching a support Nature's Prophet TP 500 units in front of him just to get the bonus 40 damage on his auto attacks.
Yeah.
And
that moves.
There it is. First blood bottom finally coming out is really well played there from Parker.
Yeah. Caught the Vengeful Spirit in a really awkward position. Very nicely done to find the free kill. And obviously with the Boundless Strike as well, just go straight back up to full HP. Feels real damn good. Now Vitally is going to have to fall back. And we can see as well, Monkey King just slowly pulling ahead in terms of CS over the Mars as well. But actually, Jesus, look down. And Paik actually ends up dying here at the top lane. Must have been stunned and skewered underneath the tower to be able to find that kill. That's a very nice find there for Mad Kings.
Yeah, this was actually pretty sick. I happen to actually be seeing a little bit of it, but bottom lane we have more fighting happening, so we'll talk about it in a moment. All right, okay, I got it. Yeah, Faceless Void. He just gets Shockwave skewered to the tower into an immediate Earth Spike, and then Michael going for Hex at level 3, or I'm sorry, at level 2. He kind of hid that point the whole time. A lot of people expect it to be mana drain, so had just that little bit of extra CC to help bring down the Faceless Void. Pretty neat.
Really good. Definitely helps push the balance of power into their favor, just that little bit extra. And if they can carry on applying pressure like that, they should be able to get a very, very strong lead here in this game. Already up to a solid 1k gold lead, just about 5 minutes in. So feeling pretty damn happy about themselves. It looks like maybe Paik's finally got a bit of space to get some CS on his own. At long last, he's very, very happy about that one. But definitely maybe they need to start applying a bit more pressure down to Jim Park here. He's having a pretty free time himself.
Yeah, they're crushing CS in all 3 lanes. The fact that the Magnus is, you know, nearly doubling that of the Faceless Void. He has a wave behind his tower to free farm, and your mid lane Tiny is having an exceptionally well game. And I mentioned in the draft, his Blink Dagger timing is going to be really important in terms of setting the tempo for this game. And he's got bottle phase boots done, and at this point, it's just straight to the blink.
Yeah, literally nothing's stopping him at this point. Had a really fantastic game. He fights down the bot lane. Jim Park getting really low. He's able to get the Jingoos, but he can't use the Boundless time. The cast is just too damn long. With Alone coming in for some sort of retribution kills as Vitally will eventually go down. And looking for the extra kill here on towards Moose. And it ends up being a double kill there for Alone. They do lose that carry, but at the very least, as you're mentioning, that's going to push that Blink Dagger timing even further forwards. And Michael, a little bit of a grief, stealing the bounty rune there. Woo. I've done that a few times in my pubs, but I get pinged the hell out of. Doesn't feel good.
Yeah, he's going to walk mid and try to just force feed him this Mango or Healing Lotus or something. I don't know. Yeah, losing the water rune there, or the bounty rune there to refill that bottle, definitely unfortunate for Alone. But yeah, I mean, that rotation bottom is super value. You lose your Monkey King, sure, but Parker is having a good enough game to where it's that death is totally reasonable if it means your Tiny gets 2 return kills, right? He is starting to pull very far ahead. Yeah, I'm totally happy about that if I'm Mad Kings. You just don't want it to happen, again, and it might happen again here as they're trying to find him.
Lumpy coming in with his first rotation. The Wave of Terror does actually find him in the trees, but Jim Park, man, with the quick reactions, just tree dances his way out of there. And then that's the first rotation there from the mid laner of Balls coming on in and achieving absolutely nothing apart from wasting his own time. And he's just going to have to run himself back to mid lane and resume the farm. I mean, he's only like halfway to his 6. Meanwhile, the Tiny is already quarter past his 7. So the amount of XP from all those denies really does add up in the end.
Oh, absolutely.
TP in top. They want to go for Cake right now. Does manage to time walk back there. No stun from Michael, so the Faceless Void should be able to keep himself nice and safe. Unless alone, he's just going to walk straight into him. And this is probably going to be the death
for sure.
Teleport coming in from the Nature's Prophet Gardic, but he can't do a single thing here. Ends up being another death there for the Faceless Void. And yeah, Mad King's really starting to pop off here on this first game of the best of 3.
Yeah, all set up on the Magnus initial Shockwave just to force that time walk. Like early levels of time walk, this thing is a super long duration. It's like similar to like getting the Sakuchi out of a Weaver, right? You get that spell spent, and then suddenly you have a really easy time finding these kills. So he's gonna go right back top because he just picked up a haste rune, and they're gonna try and just continue to apply pressure here.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, it's
RP's up as well.
Devastating for Piggy does get caught, and he sees that, man. Level 6 on the mag. He's like, okay, I do want to hang here. At the very least, Gardic's going to be in the correct spot to deny the gank attempt, or are they? With the haste rune alone, just charging straight on through, and he's actually going to go the wrong way, or is it? No, the scan.
Oh, he scanned.
It actually lands on top of him, and now Peg maybe cursing about why he was still hanging around this long. Avalanche to slow him down, toss back into Devil. Straight away, there's going to be the RP. Slam dunk with the skewer back. It's a dominating spree here for Devil. And this just continues to get from bad to worse here for Bulls.
Yeah, this is why I wasn't a huge fan of this Faceless Void pick. Like, it is such a good hero late game, but, well, we're going to see some fighting bottom potentially here. Yeah, it's a really good hero late game, but it's going to struggle right now for sure.
It really is. It was a really risky play there for Vitally to try and go for some sort of solo play onto the Monkey King. Just ends up baiting his support into his death, trying to go for the TP out, but nah. Michael's there, make sure that doesn't happen. And now with the TP already spent, that is just really salt in the wound there for the side of Bulls. Already 3,000 gold behind, sub 10 minutes in. Ooh, this is not looking great, not looking great at all.
I think he was hoping to get level 6 as like creeps were dying behind him or something. He ended up missing level 6 by like 10 XP. If he has it there, it's a lot easier for them to try and find the kill onto the Monkey King, right? You just get the arena creation into the spear, and that might be enough to find the kill, but without having arena available, it's just a huge blunder. And again, like you said, nothing really connecting on the side of Bulls. Like, Mad Kings are in complete control of this game, and this Blink Dagger is done at 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah, put it to good use. Devil, skewer back Gardic, going to be able to get the free kill here. And then Alone buys his own, and then immediately I'm sure they're going to go make another play happen with a smoke, because they also have Finger here for the Lions. So whoever they find is 100% going to die. Not a hope in hell's chance of surviving this one. And we'll just have to wait and see who's going to fall victim to this first reveal of the Blink Dagger. It looks like maybe it might be Vitaly's. A couple of members of Mad Kings headed down this general direction. Actually, never mind. Jim Parky's out. Okay. He just wants to carry on farm. He doesn't want to bother with kills. Wasted time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures.
How's this Cold Dome? We've not really paid too much attention to him just yet. He's still finding okay amount of farm. Only about, what, 500 gold behind the top farm core of Devil. So he's doing what he can. But it feels like there is a lot of weight on this guy's shoulders to actually be able to perform and bring some sort of victory back here for Bulls. Because if this Cole completely flops, then it does feel like it's all just doom and gloom. And they really are hoping for a miracle here for Bulls to try and recover somehow.
Yeah, I mean, he got the bots done, which is pretty well. He's just has no Vessel quite yet, right? He's still pretty far off of the actual item. He needs about another 650 gold. But once you have that, the Coddle becomes a massive issue for a lot of the heroes, especially the Tiny, right? That's just a hero that gets eaten alive by this. But yeah, the first rotation bottom with that level 6 not connecting is a big reason as to why Lumpy has just not felt super powerful.
Yeah, it needs a lot longer before he can really feel good. I mean, how many items do you think he needs to get before he actually feels like he can start making a big impact? Does he have to get the Spirit Vessel and the 4-staff and maybe even like a Dagon or something like that? Or can he actually try and make some work happen once this Spirit Vessel is completed?
I mean, honestly, he can get stuff done before the vessel is done. You would like to have a vessel, but Solar Crest is really strong. They just get a little freebie there, deep in the bottom rune, as Alone putting his Blink Dagger to use. But yeah, it's Coddle with Solar Bind is really strong. Like, he can find almost any kill. You have follow-up as well. So I think if he's able to connect with his allies, it'd be fine. Ooh, bottom lane.
Yeah, RP cast time just a few milliseconds too long, or that could have potentially been the catch there on towards Vitally, but the Mars will be able to survive. It's actually still lingering nearby. Lumpy is also here, so they might try and go for a kill onto this Magnus, but no. Devil has the 6th sense. He just Blink Daggers back, and that's more wasted time there for the goal. Not going to find a kill here. Let's see,
Wow. Yeah, they
well.
are really struggling right now in terms of trying to find anything on the map for Bulls. Only 2 kills to their names at the moment, and this is with a Coddle mid, and that is the shocking part. Like, Coddle is a hero that usually escalates this early game for your team and finds a lot of kills, punishes certain heroes for existing, but it just hasn't really been there. And so as a result, this bottom tower is still alive at 13 minutes. The Mars is doing his best, of course, but top lane, we might see Parker in some trouble.
Yeah, they're going to go for this one right now. Tundulation connects, going to drop down the Chronos Wave. Actually, the Wukong's command comes out a moment earlier. Maybe there might be enough to try and do some sort of turnaround play. Tries to dodge the Illuminate damage there with the Mischief. Unfortunately, the timing was just a little bit off. They do actually manage to bring him down. That's a massive kill to find here for Bulls. And actually, they're going to keep charging forwards. No, they will decide to fall back. But even still, that's a very big target to bring down. Tons of gold.
Yeah, I mean, it's great because it's also 2 vessel charges now for Lumpy. He just finished it up, so gets that kill and also has, you know, vessel to play with. So Coddle is now the most farmed hero in the game, and he is probably the most powerful hero on the map. And that is good news for Bulls, for sure.
It really is. I mean, I did just see Lumpy deny an amplified damage, though. He does know that that gives magic damage buff now, right?
Yeah, I think he's just like, there's 2 heroes without Blink Daggers he doesn't see, and he's like, if I go for this and I die, it's really bad. So the Blink Dagger is that top lane used in the jungle there to get a nice little freebie onto the Venge, as now they're gonna look mid tower. But yeah, I mean, Coddle cannot afford to die. This is a hero, when you're mid lane, you basically play for like a 3-0 and 25 score line. Like, you don't want to ever die, but you want to be in a lot of kills.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, he's definitely on the track for that 1-0-0. So if he can keep this trend going for an extra 20 minutes or so, he definitely can become that big powerhouse and have the dream Coddle game. It all depends though whether if Mad Kings are going to give Bulls the opportunity to, you know, survive that long in a game. I mean, how's the farm of Pake actually looking right now? He's still bottom farmed core by a huge margin actually. He's like 2,000 gold behind Jim Park, and he's like 800 gold behind the second poorest, which is the Mars. He's really not having a fun time here in this game. Still trying.
This is with Monkey King having 2 deaths.
Yeah. Hey, Pake hasn't beat. He's got 3.
That's valid.
Something. Yeah, he was punished quite hard at the top. Those good rotations that came in from the Tiny. And yeah, the Vitally and Moose sort of moving around in this 2-man unit, smoked up. But I think they did just see Stinger. They're picking out exactly where he is in the trees. It's not exactly like the highest value target in the world, but to be honest, at this stage of the game, Bulls will take anything that they can get right now. They're drawing exactly where he is. They're going to land on his face. Is there anything he could do? Actually uses the Flame and Lasso. Maybe he can kill Gardic? Never mind, the stop is there. Oh, Spear in a kind of an awkward spot. He's actually surviving for a really long time. Well, there you go. Eventually he does die. Jesus, took a while.
They're coming, though. Mad Kings is like, you got our boy. We're going to come after you for this. And they kidnapped a Mars.
Yeah, RPUs, get the lockdown. Oh, Lone just tosses Devil up into the air. Very awkward. A huge chrono there from Park. Lands onto 3 heroes. It's fantastically placed. Devil goes down. They're kind of splitting their attention. Alone will retreat into the safety of the Monkey King, but poor old Michael, on the wrong side of the river there, will get caught out. And now it looks like Mad Kings are just in full retreat. Alone maybe lingered a little bit too long. Goes for the avalanche with the TP, but with a magic missile just in time to get the kill. And now Bulls fighting back hard, getting 3 massive kills.
Yeah, a little bit of a oopsie there. Avatar, like, accidentally tossing your Magnus. You definitely meant to toss the Keeper of the Light back towards his team, which would have been fantastic. But this is the strength of Coddle right now. This guy is, again, by far the strongest hero, doing 2,500, and more than the entire side of Mad Kings did in that last fight. So he is really scary. And if you don't actually find this guy at the beginning of the fight, if you don't actually find the kill, then you probably shouldn't take the fight. So a lot of weight going to be on the shoulders of eventually Stinger's Bat Rider, but also this Tiny and Magnus to try and find this Keeper of the Light before these fights actually get too out of hand.
Yeah, and you know, with the amount of blink attackers they got, you think someone would be able to find him, especially when Stinger also has one queued up as well, but he's still a little bit gold away. Actually, speaking of, it looks like he's actually going to be the one getting preyed on right now. Lumpy finds him, and Gardet comes in with the backstab. Vitally, you know, that's a kill secured, we say in the business, not a kill steal. You know, just making sure that the bat doesn't live.
Guys, I promise you was going to get away.
I'll buy a sentry ward with that extra money, I promise. Anything like that. But, yeah, at least Peik is no longer the bottom farmed core on the map. He has finally been able to push himself actually ahead of the Tiny as well, of all people. So Alone had a really fantastic start. He had a free lane with tons of CS. He got a very early like double kill as well, set up some early ganks. But you can see in terms of net worth, his game is actually starting to slow down a bit. He needs to find more opportunities to look for free kills, but no one from Bulls has really given him that opportunity. Up top, Devil. Okay, goes to the skew back here on towards Moose. Arena, though, comes on out for Vitally. Wants to try and turn this fight around. Actually does get the swap, forcing Michael inside the arena. It's a really nice use there of the swap. Jim Park, though, is going to drop the Wukong's command, but there's no one actually there to get cornered. Alone trying to come with the backstab there as he came in through the Twin Gate, but again, he didn't actually toss anybody inside the Wukong, so the Monkey Kings just kind of sat there twiddling his thumbs. Now, though, maybe they're going to find more. Good Avalanche, gets the grab on towards the Cole, throws it back on towards Gardet. There's going to be the Boundless, secures the kill, make it a double. And never mind, Mad Kings, they find a way to still come out on top and get those very important kills. Although, it's not over yet. Vitally gets the spear back into the tier 2 tower, but immediately everyone else from Mad Kings comes on over. They even buy back on the Cole. Chronosphere locks down on towards Jim Park, but where is the actual damage they need it from the Cole? There it is. The Illuminate comes on through. They found 2 kills. They're trying to make it a third. Nice Avalanche with the TP, but no, there is going to be the spear from Vitally. Denies the retreat. Double bash as well. And Bulls, they fight back hard, finding 3 kills of their own.
This is just like the most value 2 Chronos ever. Like honestly, Pei has showed up to 2 fights. Lumpy also just getting 1 more kill at the tail end of that. But like he shows up to 2 fights and has chronoed 3 heroes basically. This one, it's only 2, but the fact that he traps the Monkey King in place allows for the Coddle to come in with the Vessel and the Illuminate damage to secure the kills. Like he's done so much work on this Faceless Void with, again, not even being like over farmed or anything, but he has a massive XP advantage now as a result of these last 2 engagements. I mean, or at least rather he's come back. Top of the charts is still Jim Park on the Monkey King, but considering he was like 3,000 gold behind at one point, he is having a fantastic game now.
Yeah, he really, really is. It's definitely exactly what Bulls needed here to try to recover in this game. You know, pretty much the net worth lead is down to nothing for either side. And they are actually holding on to a win probability advantage as well. 70% says Gaben here for the side of Bulls. I mean, I don't know. I still kind of feel like this game is 50-50. It all comes down to initiation. But, I mean, if Pei can continuously hit Chronos like that, I think 70% is pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's going to come down to initiation a lot of times in this game. I think it's easier for Mad Kings to take, like, kind of scrappy fights because they have so much mobility on their teams. You're going to have a Bat Rider who has Blink 4 staff, you have the Tiny with a Blink, you have a Magnus with a Blink, and of course Monkey King naturally just being incredibly mobile. So I think those types of fights are going to favor Mad Kings quite a bit, but Bulls in a straight 5v5, I think are going to come out ahead a lot of the time. So we'll see how this ends up going as they finish up the first Roshan here, and that Aegis will go into the hands of Parker's Monkey King, who did finish up a Manta style as well.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty nice. Gets rid of the solar bind as well, which is nice. Was the minus on Wave of Terror? Oh, actually just finds a freebie here. Gardic was not expecting a rogue Monkey King just to appear on his face like that. Really nice free kill there for Jim Park to find. Yeah, he's working on towards the BKB next, which is going to be a really fantastic tool in avoiding all the damage coming out from this Cottle, because really, the Cottle is the damage for Bulls. Like, no one else is really doing anything at this stage.
Yeah, the Faceless Void's damage can add up, but your Mars, like, we haven't really seen like an arena spear fight from this guy, right? Like, most of the... Oh, what a read from Vitali, actually.
Yeah, perfect grab there, Devil. No chance to get out of that one. That's a very nice free kill.
He caught him mid-skewer, completely blind, just hit him with the God's Rebuke through the trees. That was super sick.
Just showcasing why SA players absolutely love playing Mars. You know, they know this here in and out, do whatever the hell they want with it, and that was fantastic. Definitely a nice little show reel for him. And we've got another wave vibes coming out.
I guess like Caster cursed him a little bit, just being like, "Yeah, we haven't seen the Arena Spear," and then just like instant Arena Spear to kill the Magnus. Well played, Vitali.
The caster buff. It's a very rare appearance when that happens. It's normally always just the curse. Lovely to see. But Moose as well just completed an Axe here for the Vengeful Spirit, so feels a lot more happy about just running in there, swapping teammates to safety. Gonna have that second life. BKB as well was just completed for Lumpy, so a bit of extra protection there for the Cottle to avoid all the control from the Tiny and whatnot, but obviously doesn't do anything against an RP. If that lands on you, probably still going to end up going down from all the physical damage.
Yeah, the chance, like the teamfight potential of Mad Kings is still very high with RP into like Wukong's command. We haven't seen anything like that quite yet, but it is definitely a possibility, and I think BKB is now done. Yeah, so we're going to have a Monkey King BKB available, which, I mean, right now he's only really been dying to the Keeper of the Light, so with this pickup, he is really scary. He also gets a shield rune, so this guy is scary right now.
That's quite funny to see a ranged creep with a 1,200 damage barrier on it. That'd be a very interesting addition to the game if you could do that onto creeps. Absolutely mental. But it looks like Mad Kings might be trying to actually take down this tier 1 tower at long last. Doesn't look like the Bull's going to be all too interested in trying to defend it. Not really too much reason to, especially seeing as how the Monkey King BKB has just been revealed, and one has also been completed for Devil as well. So this is a big old power spike from Mad Kings. The Bulls will try their best to avoid it. They're actually pinging out. They're going to try and steal the Tormentor as well. It could be really nice if they do.
They definitely can. You have the Aegis to flex with, right? So it's definitely something like they kind of can force the opponents. Moose in some trouble though.
Yeah, gonna
Nice
get found.
Though. He's fine.
Maybe they can set up for some sort of counter play. Pagan's here. Batrider though coming into the backlines. Wants to find a Flame and Lasso target. Will get the Faceless Void, but everybody's separate right now. Bison, he's on his own. Where the hell is my team? They're nowhere to be found. He will die. Gardic as well, gonna fall. Off to the side, Stinger does eventually die, but here it comes again! A 3-man chrono! What is this guy smoking? He's just hitting absolutely everything in the world! First life for Jim Park is gone alone. Actually goes for the Blink Dagger backwards, so he's not going to be there to help out his Monkey King, or is he? The BKB gets popped.
He has to help.
Comes on out, and now he comes on in with a toss with the Avalanche, land onto 2. Will secure the kill onto Moose. The Faceless Void at the very least is able to retreat. Alone goes with the TP out, but the Bash is there to deny, and the Magic Missile from Moose denies the TP out from Jim Park. They're trying to focus him down. Absolute massive play with Moose of that buyback for sure. And as it turns out, Bulls get a huge victory.
Bro, that buyback to refresh Magic Missile was ridiculous. That Monkey King was 100% out. The Faceless Void was not there in range to get for a bash. He had nothing left on the Coddle. Moose buys back into his illusion and Magic Missiles him. That is one of the sickest plays I have seen in a while. And honestly, a huge play too, because that Monkey King was going to clean up and get out, no problem.
Yeah, that is absolutely massive there. Top-notch plays there for Moose for sure, which, you know, his team did recognize. They all dropped him the little tip there. Obviously realizing that that is an absolutely colossal play to make. Really does help balance out this game a lot more for them, as they're also going to find a free kill on towards Stinger. And actually, Lumpy looking for more. Will bump in towards Devil. He's just going to carry on diving for this one right now. There's not any response here from Mad Kings. And that's another kill. Man, Bulls, they've evened the kill score line, but they've got now a 5,000 gold advantage. They are feeling so comfortable here in this first game.
Yeah, that Arcane Rune on Coddle at level 20 as well. You don't mess with this guy. Like, there's no chance you're ever getting away from him. He is hasted, running around the map. He also happens to have just the classic Gossamer cape, so during true form, he has 550 move speed and has like 1200 cast range on most of his spells. Oh, happens to just get found on a ward though.
Oh, good two-man Earth Spike though. Comes out from Michael. Maybe that's going to be enough to turn this fight around, and it will. Lumpy does end up losing his life first. Michael, though, getting right-click from the low ground there. The Nature's Prophet does actually bring him low, but even still, Jim Park is trying to stand his ground, but the bash is coming on through. The Flaming Lasso there comes out from Stingers, trying to keep the core alive, but it doesn't make any difference. The Monkey King still dies, and now alone, like his namesake, is alone, but will be able to run himself away. But who really cares? Because it is once more a victory for Bulls.
This is such a sick build for Faceless Void. Like, he just has Mage Slayer, Mjolnir, Sanj, Yasha, Nemesis Curse. Like, whoever he attacks is... Ooh. Oh, what a swap from Moose. He was ready.
He is on it this game with these swaps. He is absolutely
He's stuck. He has no way out.
Devil is trapped. A Chronosphere once again connects onto two. The little bonus there of alone. The damage just comes flying through here from Peg. All of a sudden, man, only like 5 minutes ago, this game felt like it could go either way, but now all of a sudden, Bulls are looking like they're just going to take this one for sure.
Yeah, these have been some of the best Chronospheres we have seen probably in a while. Like, he has hit every single Chrono onto, like pretty much pixel perfect. And you now have an Eye of Scotty nearly completed on this guy as well. Like, he is so farmed on this Faceless Void, and now your matchup into the Monkey King is completely free. You don't mind at this point, right? Early on, it would have been struggled because of just the net worth difference, but Faceless Void, he's the king of late game. We keep saying this over and over again. Like, people do not lose with Faceless Void past like 45 minutes. It's super rare. But to be in this commanding of a position at just before 30 minutes, it feels really good for Bulls.
It does. And it kind of shows you why pretty much every other team makes sure that this hero is banned at the very least by the second banning phase. Like, it's very, very rare to see it go past that point. And I'm sure Mad Kings, they're probably cursing that decision to not remove it earlier on in the draft, as it is being really punishing for them so far. We'll see, as second Roshan, potentially up in 15 seconds right now. We'll see just how fast it's going to be, but regardless, it should be a Radiant side eventually, even if it's like an instant respawn. That fast. And it looks like Bulls are already going to be in a decent spot to try and contest it. Okay, minute and 15. It's not too far.
Yeah, it'll be bottom for sure. So, I don't know if it's not necessarily like a bad thing for Bulls. I think for them, Radiant side Roche might be better, with just like the fact that they want to go high ground here. You have the Roshan's banner that you can potentially play with. So we'll see if they manage to make something cool. One little fun fact about Roshan's banner, I don't know if this is intentional. It is global cast range.
Yeah, I love that.
And like, it's really weird. Just like you see someone with the banner disappears from your inventory, and you have to go like hunt the map to try and figure out where the heck it went.
Yeah, I like it. It's kind of cool. You could do some like cute little plays with that. Like the enemy's pushing into you, and there's like one lane going near their base. And you could just chuck it on the other side of the map just to help shove it and maybe force them to return to their base to defend. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I mean, how do you feel the item is in general? Like, do you actually quite like it?
I think it's okay. I think it could use like maybe a slight buff. It doesn't feel super impactful in most games. It's kind of those things where you're like, I think you would prefer cheese a lot of the times, but if you're ready to go high ground and you struggle with going high ground, it's possible that the Roshan's banner could maybe chip through some of the tower damage, but most teams have enough ways of defending high ground now, especially against creeps, so it doesn't feel incredibly strong. That's kind of like a Lycan shard, right? The wolf slowly pushes in for you, and that's kind of what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes it just slips under the radio. You forget it's even happening until there's like a big old creep wave in front of your base. You're like, oh, okay, this is just more gold for me to farm. So ends up in a lot of games, but second Roshan is going to go the way of Bulls. Aegis there into the hands of Pei, and the banner is in Vitally so far. We'll see if he's just going to, you know, chuck it willy-nilly wherever he wants, or maybe they might hold it on for an actual strategy later. We'll have to wait and see. Sometimes in games, like, you don't even know where they place it. It just kind of disappears. And it's like, wait,
yep. I think, like, this is one of those games where you could actually just place it behind your mid-tier 2 tower and just rely on having that there to just push mid lane or something for you. You kind of just need it to help put pressure on the map. Like, that's the main thing that it does, because it lasts a long time. It's like 300 seconds. So for that entire duration, if the enemy team leaves the banner up, they have to deal with, like, basically what would be like a down lane of barracks.
It's true. Yeah, so that's a slight little difference could make the difference. And ooh, coming through, they got the swap, and immediately Michael just disappears. Chronosphere goes on towards the Magnus, down towards the south side. He will be found. Meanwhile, the Mars has found the grab on towards 2. Stinger's not going to last very long. The tree toss there from the Tiny not making that much of a difference either. As Jim Park trying to retreat back inside the base underneath the tier 3 tower. The BKB is about to run out, and so is its life. It's an ultra kill for Pake in the end. Only the Tiny to survive, and that is just a massive victory there for Bulls. So close to the base as well. This is going to be at least 1 set of barracks, maybe even 2, unless Mad Kings want to start expending some buybacks.
Yeah, I mean, you have this BKB Blink Dagger on Magnus, which is correct. Like, he needs to have a BKB to be able to go in and skewer these heroes. Otherwise, you know, he's going to just get swapped or stunned by the Vengeful Spirit. I mean, he can technically still get swapped, but there's a lot of things that they have to just try and, like, prevent him from getting the skewer back. They actually have a Hex on Caudle now, so that's even another one. But he just gets solo chronoed by the Faceless Void, and that's a perfectly good trade if you're Pei here. You don't actually care about losing the Chronosphere like that. And big RP though.
3-man connection right now, immediately into the Avalanche toss combos. Tons of control and damage, but even still the Faceless Void is able to disengage. Vitally just barely able to get himself out there with a slur of HP with that BKB activation. The buyback comes in from the Monkey King, with Jim Park can't get the lockdown on towards Pake for now. The Faceless Void not completely falling back, but will actually lose his first life. Lumpy though, just going to right-click down the Lion, and now maybe Alone's in a really awkward spot. Tree toss up to the high ground, nearly finishes off the Mars, who was life-stealing off of the creeps. But even still, he too will survive. Lumpy eventually goes down, but it was all to waste the time here of Mad Kings, as GG is called. Mad Kings just can't sustain any longer in this game.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, I mean, this was just really, we're kind of talking over and over again about Caudle needs this vessel. Caudle needs this vessel. He needs to start getting active. The moment he gets the vessel, he gets 2 charge game. Honestly, Faces